Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Heather. I'm a queer author of dark fantasy and supernatural horror. Today I wanted to have a bit of a tea time talk with you. Tea Time is a series of discussion videos that I have on my channel from time to time. I was looking at my current projects and a few other projects I have in mind, and just some of the content that will arise or be written in those stories, as well as some of the, now that I'm doing some more beta reading for people, having a knowledge of content that may be triggering in the story has really come to the forefront of my mind. So I wanted to dive on in and have a chat with you about them, and I'd also love to know your opinions down in the comments below. If you have not already, please consider hitting that red subscribe button because it really helps my channel. And if you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up because it really will help my channel. But without further ado, let's dive on in. Of what a trigger warning is. So it is a statement that's predominantly provided prior to entering into forms of entertainment. So a lot of them are like, you have the movie rating system, but there doesn't seem to be a lot in front of books. A good idea that the one that pops into my head that happens currently is in the news. It does say that, viewer discretion is advised. Some viewers may find the following footage distressing. So it's the idea that there is content that may include graphic references to topics that may trigger a emotional and distressing response within a viewer or the person experiencing the text. So this would allow the participant within the content to decide whether or not they are emotionally ready or able to deal with the content, and therefore interact with any form of entertainment that's provided. My idea is that we do actually need them. I got into a bit of a disagreement with members of my book club in late 2021 over a book that we were reading, and a few of us were finding it distressing and uncomfortable to read because there was child grooming and assault and abuse within the book. And had a few people been informed of the extent or the actual content within the book, they may have made a different decision on which book they voted for within the book club, which then raised my request of, if it is available for the people that present in our book club to find content warnings or trigger warnings. I use the term interchangeably. I lean on more using the word content warnings because it is content that may be triggering. But what I find upsetting and triggering may be very different to what beautiful wife Leanne finds triggering, or you have a different lived experience than I do. So how we interact and experience a book is a very different concept. So I was told that I was in a form of censorship in asking people to provide them, because then we were, quote, changing people's ability to choose the books they wanted to read and present, which was not my intention at all. My intention was to limit the emotional distress that was experienced by members of our book club. A range of them depictions of sexual violence or rape, death, addiction and disorders, so whether it's drug, alcohol addictions, food or drink disorders, pedophilia, suicide, self-harm, homophobia, and the list can go on. As I've said, there is a range of different other forms other than books actually have them readily available, and without having to go and look at reviews for them. Some people think that they don't have a place in things, but in books, I think they do. Given I am an indie author and it's a conversation that's come up in a few writing groups I'm in, I've actually thought about a range of different places in which they can be included, or where we could include them. So it's such as ideas of the bottom of the book blurb or description when it is online, so you don't have to physically put it on your book, but on a book listing. On the front of the book, that has its own page. So when you open a book, you've got the title page and then you've got the copyright page, and then like the dedication. So it could be put on the copyright page, or it could be its own page in and of itself. If an author has a website, and their books have their own page within that website, it may be worth including there, or even a central page on a website that includes content that is explored within the forms of writing. So I do understand, that is how we could include them. I do understand that people do find them or consider them spoiler warnings, but I don't think showing respect for your readers, in terms of letting them know content that is coming up in your book. You don't have to say on page 26 of chapter 4 this happens, but I think it is a respect thing, and I think to a point of duty of care, as is a duty of care that you're presenting. I know that some people are going to disagree with me, and that is fine. I'm welcome and happy for that conversation to happen in the comments. So if you have any thoughts, feelings on trigger warning or content warnings and how they should be included in books, and any other ideas of where you could put them, other than having a person have to go out their way to try and find them, because the way I've listed of like on an extra page in the front of the book, or on the bottom of the book description online, if people don't want them, they don't have to look for them. But it also shouldn't be a super hard piece of information to find if someone does need to know certain things. I know they are my thoughts, feelings and opinions on trigger warning or content warnings. I would love to know your opinions. If you've gotten this far and you're not overly comfortable sharing your opinion, which is fine as well, everyone is entitled to digest and sit with their feelings, just put down a lovely cup of tea emoji in the comments, and I will be uploading another video on Wednesday, so hit that notification bell if you haven't already, so you get notified of each video I put up. And until next week, let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you and goodbye!